Hey, it's Fran from FlowNotion Studios, here with your Belle Squarespace template walkthrough. We're going to start here where it says website on the left-hand side. You've got your main navigation here. Anything listed in the main navigation will show up here along the top. Anything that you don't want to link to the top navigation, you can put in the not linked section. This example, there's a schedule page that doesn't need to be up here. Unless you want it to be, and that's easy enough. You would just drag it up. And you'll see it up here. But we're going to put that back. If you look to the right-hand side, you'll see this little paintbrush here. That's the site styles section. So here's where you can change your fonts, colors, spacing, everything like that for the entire website. For example, if you wanted a different font pack than what the template comes with, you can easily switch that right here. There's sans serif, serif, and mixed, meaning the heading has serif and the body of the text will be sans serif or vice versa. You can change your colors here. You can either use the palette that it comes with, or you can edit the palette. You can either change each individual color in the palette from right here at the color picker. You can go down here and see presets. Actually, this is a preset. You can drop an image here and it will take color from that image, or you can choose monochrome, complementary, analogous. Animations, this is just when the page is loading, how the images and the text boxes and all of your graphics load onto the screen. So here we just have it as fade. You can keep it like that. You can change it to any of these things. You can turn it off and you can change the speed. And then you can also customize your buttons. If you don't want the pill shape, that's what's set up for this template. You can change it to a rectangle, oval. You can do custom corners. You can have a background fill on it. You can change the text if there's an outline. There's a lot of things that you can apply here. This particular template doesn't have any secondary or tertiary buttons. You can easily add those if you want to do that. Here's where you change your forms, your image blocks. And if you have any questions that are specific to Squarespace as far as how to navigate around Squarespace and add things, they have a great support page. Lots of videos, lots of help articles. We're just doing a real basic walkthrough just to show you this template and to get you started quickly. So each of these parts is a section. You can edit each individual section. You can favorite it so you can add it later without having to rebuild it. You can duplicate it. You can move it up and down. We're just going to edit. Here's where you can put a background image if you like, image or video. You can have their art effects here. This is like little floaty dots. You can see what each of them does if you click on them. Or you can just have it be a color, which is what we have here. You can also edit the images, which I'm guessing you're going to want to do. So you can put your own images in here, your own headshots or your own product photos, etc. To replace that, you just hit replace. You can either upload a file, you can browse stock images. They use Unsplash for their images. Makes it pretty easy if you wanted some lifestyle photos, for example. You can have it fill the frame, fit it, or make it a shape, so it will turn into a circle. There's lots of shapes you can do here. We'll undo that. We just want it to fill it. These graphics here, this one, and this one, are in your template pack. You'll get that with your template resources. To get back to this section, you can add text here. You can make it a heading size, go back to paragraph. You can put a background on it. You can underline it, all different things you can do. Well, I didn't select any text, but if I were to do that, then you can underline it, have a background on it, cross it out, all these things. We will go back, undo that as well. This section is a little different than the normal default sections that Squarespace has, in that I wanted to add this overlap effect. Normally, you can't grab an image and overlap two sections. So how you get around that is you make a shape and you kind of butt it up against the previous section so it looks like it's all part of the same section. You're still working just in this section down here, but it looks like this is overlapping into the previous section. We've got their little scrolling feature here. So if you wanted to add these things, you just add a block. This one is the scrolling feature. You can add a quote, newsletter form, tons of things here. Gallery. You can have a summary of your blog posts. Feel free to look around and play around here. This is that art background I was talking about. I was showing you here. That's one of them. I'll just scroll down. It's easy to add a section if there's something that you wanted to add here. And please feel free to do that. You need to customize this to be exactly what you need. And if you're reselling this template, you might want to resell it to a different end client. So someone that might have products instead of services, or portfolios, or host events, things like that. So you can either add a blank section. Here's that saved sections part I was telling you about. There's lots of different types of sections that you can add here. You can add your digital products here. There's one for physical products as well, if you want to set up your e-commerce part of the site. This one has a parallax effect. So if we go here to Edit Section, to the background, we have selected one of the graphics that comes with the template as the image background. Go to Image Effect, and this is the parallax feature here. There's lots of other things you could do here. Or you could turn it off completely if you just want a static background, and that's fine too. Your forms, you'll need to customize these with your information. So if you're using MailChimp or just an email, Google Drive, you'll set that up here. And another parallax scrolling section here. And the footer. When you edit the footer, that changes it for every other page as well. So you don't have to keep changing it. Exit out here. Of course, you have your other pages here as well, about, services, contact. Again, you can move pages around. You can add additional pages. Really easy to customize. I want to show you one more thing that I forgot to include here. Actually, a couple things. So in the Edit section, you can change the grid spacing. You can go with the smaller. This is the default. You can also change it here to add a little bit more granularity to the spacing. Usually like it there, but it's definitely personal preference, and it designs a little bit differently. Obviously, you can see everything kind of jumped up and squeezed together a little bit. Another thing I wanted to show you is the header. Here you can add your logo. Obviously, you'll want to replace the logo with your own, or you can delete it and just use a site title. You can change your logo height here. It changes like that. And also your mobile logo max height here. You can change what this button says. You can change the link for it. You can edit your social links here. And then obviously you'd want to connect your own social media links. You can add borders here. You can make it a solid background. Lots of options. You can add your cart if you're selling products. The style, we just have it set with the theme, but you can choose dynamic, gradient, solid. Just stick it back to theme. You can also change the background color of the header. You're also going to want to check the mobile view of your site. With Squarespace Fluid Engine, they allow you to make changes to the desktop version that are separate from the mobile view. You can move the images around. You can't delete images. I tried that and it actually deleted it on the desktop version, unless they've changed it since the recording of this video, and they may have. But I would definitely check the mobile view, make sure things look right, because you're probably going to have to scoot some things up. Sometimes if you have a shape with text on it, the mobile view will have the text separate from the shape. So you'll have to move it back up into the shape if that's how you're doing it. And then anything you do in mobile, if you change something, make sure to check back with the desktop view before you hit save, just to make sure. And that's it. This is the Bluebell template. It's yours now. Have fun with it. Make it your own. Till next time.